Okay, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take a rod holder that I bought at Bass Pro Shops and modify it so that it will work with my VersaTrack system on my boat. Basically, the VersaTrack system is a system that goes around the rail where it has a slot and you put something into the slot and bolt it in place. And I've got these rod holders I'd like to use on my boat. Unfortunately, they're not made to be used in that function. They actually come with a clamp, and the clamp will clamp on to the edge of your boat. But I want to use this with the VersaTrack system. So what I'm going to do is modify this. So what we do first is we take out the rod holder. And remove the clamp. Now what I'm going to do is I've got these basic pieces here. And what I want to do with these, I want to add one lock washer to that. So I'm going to take this piece here and put slots in it so that when it rides on this, it will not turn. And what I have to do first is mark where I want to put the slots. So I put this back on just to hold it in place while I mark the slots. Okay. Basically where these four little rails are, that's where I'm going to cut slots. So I take what works good is a silver Sharpie and mark approximately where I'm going to cut the slots. And there will be 4 on each side. Okay, now take this back off. And I'm going to use a cutting wheel on my hand-powered rotary tool and cut these slots in here, being careful not to cut my fingers in the process. It does get kind of hot, so you need to let it cool off a little bit real quick. Then we'll cut the other side. Ideally, what you'd want to do is clamp this down, or bolt it down, or put it in a clamp to hold it, or at least wear welding gloves while you're cutting. Now we'll cut the other side. Now I'll match it up. Chances are really good it's not going to match up perfectly, so we'll have to modify it. Okay. Now what I'll do is mark the second mark where I need to take a little more metal out. And then I'll go back and cut some more. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and cut my slots and modified them. When you get pretty close, then you can take and kind of tap it with a hammer to kind of knock it down into the channels. Now those are done. What I want to do is mark a perpendicular line here, or at least two places where I'm going to put a rivet. And what that'll do is that'll keep this, the rivet will actually stick out and go into the channel and keep this from turning like this. It helps to use a punch to get it started so that when you start drilling, the drill bit will not move around. What I will do is clean up the hole that I drilled, get the burrs off. Now I will take and put a rivet in each hole. As such. There's the first one. And the second one. And now you've got two rivets that will keep it from turning sideways. Then you go ahead and assemble it, put your bolt in. On this side we have our washer. Use a lock washer and your wing nut. And what I'll do is take this out and it'll be something like this, and I'll slide this into the channel, and once I tighten it in, it'll keep it from turning, and I can adjust this. And that's how you modify a rod holder so that it will work with the VersaTrack system on your boat. Hope that helped. Good luck and have fun.